Yo, welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
Mandio.
We are KAMMA. We are about to talk about an additional fight that was added to the prelims, and it's still our early predictions for the prelims. So we got to talk about this new additional fight here. We got Dennis Buzukja versus Francis Marshall. Now, this fight was just added recently. Of course, we all know that the fight originally was supposed to be Buzukja versus Danny Silva, and that fight got canceled because Danny Silva withdrew. So, of course, Francis Marshall decided to step up in here and fight in his place. So, kudos to Francis Marshall coming in on short notice to take on this fight against Dennis Buzukja.
Hey, and he gets the main event slot for the prelims. So
Exactly. So this is the main event slot for the prelims. So let's talk about it, man. Who do you got in this one, Andio?
yeah, I think this fight's going to be pretty close. Like the odds are favoring Francis Marshall, which I was slightly surprised at. I thought it was going to be more of an even fight, like monetarily. But I am picking Francis Marshall on this one. Like Francis Marshall really needs a win here, and I think he's going to bring the fire on this one and put out Dennis Buzukja.
I like
Dennis
what you did there. I like what you did there with the fire. Yeah.
Dennis Buzukja is all around average guy, not good anywhere. And if he happens to be a little chinnier than we all expected because of the way he got knocked out recently, then that does not bode well for him. But they're both young. I feel that Francis Marshall, look, he may be facing getting kicked out of the UFC if he doesn't get a win here. He faced tough opposition in his two losses, and I think he's going to come back in this one and be a little like hungry for the win than Buzukja here. And I don't see him submitting Buzukja like that Luongo gym there. I think they'll have him prepared for any subs Marshall may have to offer. So I predict more of a ground and pound game from Marshall and either knockout or decision, probably decision, but very close fight. And maybe robber. I don't want to say robbery either way, but close fight. Marshall with the win. What about you, real deal?
All right, man. So yeah, I was watching the fights here, man, because I wanted to see what was going on with Dennis Buzukja a little bit, man.
Oh, a little side note. I was expecting Fire Marshall to have the a shorter reach, but Bazooka actually has a shorter reach by a bit.
Yeah, so these guys are the same height, and you'll see that Francis Marshall has a 2 inch, no, a 1.5 inch reach advantage. So it's not that much to really to make any kind of a big difference here. But what does make a difference though is the fights I watch. Now, Dennis Buzukja, I watched the fight against Jamal Emmers. Now, Jamal Emmers is really not that good. Okay, this guy came in there in the first round, hit him with a straight right within the first 49 seconds of the first round, hit him with a straight right. All of a sudden, Buzukja goes down, like he's like knocked out by a simple punch like this, a simple straight right punch. He gets
Yeah.
knocked down. And then after that, of course, Jamal Emmers jumped on him and started hammer fisting the shit out of his head. And of course, the ref stopped it. So I was like, how the fuck did he get knocked out so quickly by just a straight right punch? Yeah, okay, I understand he maybe got caught, but it's not like it was in the jaw. Like it was a straight right punch.
Makes you question him, you know?
Yeah, it was very questionable. The chin of Buzukja. I was like, what? And then I watched the Sean Woodson fight as well. And in that one, he looked, he looked pretty decent on the feet. He was getting some good strikes in there. He was, they were going back and forth. But Sean Woodson really started fucking him up later in the fight. And at one point, Sean Woodson was lacing him with some serious damage there in the third round, I was like, man, this guy's not looking good. The fight against Connor Matthews, yeah, he beat him in the third round, like really towards the end. Like it was like 22 seconds left in the third round there, and he beat Connor Matthews there. Sorry, at the beginning of the third round. And he hit him with a left hook. They just caught him off guard, caught Connor Matthews off guard there. So it was a kind of fluky win there. So I'm not that impressed with Dennis Buzukja at all. I don't really like any of these guys, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of any of these guys, but Francis Marshall goes out there and he bangs it, man. This fight's
Look,
gonna be a fucking banger for sure.
yeah, he doesn't quit this Marshall, but I do say that he really lives and dies by the takedown. His striking
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really poor. Let's face it, striking very poor. He doesn't have much
Well,
in the way
Francis,
of
actually, hold on a
power.
second. Francis
So
Marshall's striking is not that poor. I saw the fight against Connor Matthews. He was getting in some decent punches there.
he does it to get in more than anything else, though, right?
Against Marcelo Arroyo, he hit him with a knockout punch. He's actually pretty decent on the feet. Like his punches are not bad. They're not horrible.
The percentage is like in the 30s, though, right? So, like,
Against William Gomis, that fight there, it was very close. I honestly thought that Francis Marshall had the win there, but Gomis won by split decision.
I
And
thought he had the win too. Yeah, on
against Isaac Bulgarian, man, it was really it was a banger fight. Bulgarian's just really good. He got him down.
Bulgarian's a
A ground and
beast,
pound
man.
knockout, man. Exactly. So I like the fact that Marshall fought two better fighters, I feel, than Dennis Buzukja did in William Gomis and Isaac Bulgarian. Buzukja fought Sean Woodson and Jamal Emmers. They're not that great. Sean Woodson is probably the best guy he fought there, but Jamal Emmers and Connor Matthews not good. And of course, Marshall already fought Connor Matthews, but he also fought Marcelo Arroyo, Gomis, and Bulgarian. So better fighters there.
Uh,
Some stats that I want to throw in here. This is one thing I noticed. Dennis Buzukja, he absorbs 5.09 significant strikes per minute. That's what he absorbs. His takedown defense is good at 72%. His takedown accuracy sucks, and his takedown average sucks, like 30% takedown average, 3.8 takedown average. So he's not taking down anybody here. He's not going to threaten to take down Marshall at all. He's got 4.16 strikes landed per minute, and his striking defense 45%. Now, when I looked at Francis Marshall, he's got a 50% takedown accuracy and an average of 3.29 takedowns.
yeah, he has to get the guy down,
He
man.
is going to. He is amazing at takedowns. He is going to take down Buzukja. Okay. And also, I like his striking defense at 53%, so that's better than Buzukja. And also, he's got a 4.07 significant strikes absorbed per minute, so he is absorbing less strikes than Buzukja as well. So for those reasons, man, I got to go with Francis Marshall as well in this one. I think he's just going to be. He's got the back pocket submissions where he's very good at subs.
Yeah.
Take him down. He's going to get some ground and pound. He's decent on the feet, and he's got some good defense to the strikes from Buzukja. So I think Francis Marshall will get the win here. Not very super confident in it, I'll say that, but I think he can get the win here, man. So the pick is Francis Marshall to win by submission or decision. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a knockout with this super questionable chin on Buzukja.
Yeah, I don't think he's subbing Buzukja here. But yeah, it's going to be super close and it should be fun, you know. Marshall needs this win, so
He definitely needs the win, man. He has never been subbed, Buzukja. So you're right. Maybe he doesn't get the sub, but he has been knocked out before and lost a bunch of decisions there. So yeah, a sub or decision for me because I just think that he's relentless though, Marshall, with the submissions, man, and he's got some very good skills, man. So we're both in agreement going with Francis Marshall. I suggest you guys don't put this on a parlay, man. If you're gonna bet on one of these guys, bet him on a single bet. Don't put it in a parlay. So there you have it, folks. Bringing you some late breaking news for the new edition fight of Buzukja versus Francis Marshall. Let's get it. KAMMA. Peace out.